Hey friends, welcome to 1 Minute with Monee, a podcast where we help busy adults live life with balance and harmony 1 minute at a time. I'm your host Monee, owner of Time Managed LLC, a premium concierge and personal assistant business. Visit our website, timemanagedllc.com, for more information about our services. Each week, I bring you practical advice, expert interviews, and real-life strategies to help you navigate your lifestyle and manage your responsibilities, reducing stress and fostering better health. We ensure there's something to empower every aspect of your life. So whether you're here to listen and get tips or looking to hire a concierge, this is the place for you to become less stressed and live life with more balance. Hey friends, welcome to the next episode of 1 Minute with Monee. Now, if you've been following me, you've been hearing directly from the clients that I serve through my business, Time Managed LLC. I have here today one of my favorite clients, if I can have favorites, Sabine Barlatt, and she is one of my clients through travel. So I would love to talk to you a little bit more about your love of travel and your family and how we've been able to help you. How are you today?
I am doing great, Monet. And I just, first I would like to thank you for the honor and both of privilege to be on your podcast. I think you are an amazing and inspirational woman, and I'm trying to be like you. So,
Oh, thank you.
I appreciate you and for all that you've done for me and my family.
Well, thank you so much. That means a lot to
Absolutely.
me.
Absolutely.
And it's my pleasure. Like, this is what I do every day because I love to see the outcome of how I can help people, whether it's through travel or managing your calendar or any of the other millions of things that I've done for my clients. So it is an absolute pleasure. And this is why we're in business.
hmm
Mm. So tell me a little bit about your family and your love of travel.
So I am blessed to be the mom of two wonderful children, Noah and Noelle. Noah is 7, going on 31. Noelle is 10. And so I have two children. But my love of travel really started when I was a kid. I think it's just my dad was always big about family time and family travel. He did the best he could. So we did a lot of road trips. I hated being in the car when I was that young, but now as an adult, I definitely understand why he did what he did. So traveling started for me as a young kid. And now, like I said, as an adult, I am loving it. I love experiencing different things. I love going to different countries, different places. So it is definitely one of my passion. And as you already know, I already got next year in lock, as they say.
You do. You are inspiring and impressing me because I'm like, uh-oh, am I late? Am I behind for planning my 2026 travel?
No, you're not. It's just it's just me. Like, that's my happy place. That's what brings me
Mhm.
joy, and so I could do it all day, every day.
Yeah, same. And one thing I like about booking travel, especially when you can plan ahead of time, is that you have something to look forward to. And what I've
Exactly.
experienced, when I am, bogged down with work or it's a high stress time of the year, I'm like, okay, do I have a trip plan? Like, what do I have to
Mhm,
look forward to? So
mhm.
after I go through this valley or after I go through this stressful period of time, like at the end of all of this, I need a little treat. And that treat is typically
It is a big treat.
typically by the means of travel.
It is a big treat. So that's what drives me. That's what keeps me going. So I
Like
get it.
many of us, for sure, and we share something similar. So my mom was a road tripper as well. We
Mhm.
used to sometimes actually take the train, so I know that's not a road trip, but we used to take the train from Atlanta to DC and then connect to
Oh,
another
yeah.
train to get to Connecticut. We
Yes.
also took road trips where she would give me the map, and this is, like, before MapQuest,
I know.
before GPS. Literally, here's how to read an atlas. So she would give me the big book, tell me where we're going, how to read the exits. So those are life skills that I don't think many of our youth
Exactly.
have today. But it was so fun. Yeah, I mean, there's between 6 and 8 hours in the road, and you're helping your parents maybe stay awake, or they're trying to entertain you, and
Right.
you're maybe getting on their nerves. So it's all these memories that we're making, whether they're good, bad, or indifferent.
My dad had handwritten, directions, okay?
What?
And so he would, it was I can see it now as an adult. But yeah, I don't know that I appreciated as much when I was young, but looking
Mhm.
back now, it's definitely created that, that love of travel for myself. And I definitely wanna pass it on to my children, and they're loving it. They're enjoying it.
Yeah, I'm sure they are. What are some of the best memories that you and your family or your children have had, on vacation?
So, traveling is not new to me, but I think the best experience we've had as a family together was the trip that you helped me put together.
Oh.
A few weeks back, we took our first international trip. Having 2 kids, my max is no more than 3 to 4 hours on a flight. So, you had helped us put together a European trip, to Italy, and it was the most amazing trip that my family and I took. My 7-year-old, my 10-year-old, every day said, "Mommy, this is amazing." Their words, not mine. Their
Uh-huh.
words. "This is amazing. This is the best trip we've ever taken." And it was just time to disconnect and just throw ourselves into a different culture. It was a learning experience, but it was by far the best trip that we've ever taken, and again, with your help. So, thank you.
Thank you for that shout out.
Absolutely.
And that's amazing, and I'd love to hear that. What I have taken away from traveling internationally with my children is that we're all learning at the same time, especially if it's a
Mhm.
place that we've never been individually and that we're just going as our first time as a family, but you get to see their perspective. On one trip, my daughter, we were riding through a part of Ghana where there's a lot of garbage and the waterways are filled with garbage. She was like, "Oh my goodness, mom, like, why, they're living like this. How can I
Mhm.
help? I want to do
Mhm.
something about this." And I'm like,
Mhm.
"Yes, yes, we should do something about this." So I would have never thought that she would have reacted that way with action. But
Right.
it was interesting to see that she is noticing the things I'm noticing, and then verbally expressing how it made her feel and what she sees, and then we had further conversations, so there's learning. And I know going through, the parts of Europe that you did, there are likely some monuments or landmarks and things
Landmarks.
that they're going to learn about in
Mhm.
school. So how
Mhm.
amazing will it be that when
It
they open their history text to say, "Oh, I've been
You've been
there."
there,
Yep.
I mean, I could as I'm sitting here and you're asking me these questions, I am thinking of so many parts of the trip that was memorable. I can't say there was one more than the other because it seems to me like all of it was memorable. Us, the holy doors, right? Going to the Vatican and the holy doors. This is the year of the Jubilee. So the doors open every 25 years. And to be a part of that and to actually physically touch the door. And my husband was passing by and I was like, touch the door. He's like, touch that door. And you
You
don't have
have to touch it.
you have to wait another 25 years before because I'm Catholic. And so that was even I'm talking about it right now, I'm getting the chills because it was so surreal. It was so beautiful. It was, you know, I purchased a rosary for my children, and to have a priest at the Vatican bless the rosary, that was it was impactful. It was beautiful. It was memorable, and it'll forever stay for with all of us, I think.
I'm sure it's beautiful memories.
Hmm.
Now, were there any reservations in working with, a concierge or travel agent? Was this your first time working with someone to curate a trip, or is this something that you had typically done?
You know what? Back in the day, I forget which company it was, but it was they were all around. I don't even think they exist anymore. So, I can't say it was my first time working with a travel travel agent. However, you take it to another level. And I'm not just saying that because I'm on your podcast, but, specifically reservations, I would say is, in today's world of AI and you can Google it yourself and you hear all these horror stories, maybe there was reservations about that, but I had no reservations working with you because I know you. I know the caliber, of work that you produce and the
Yeah.
quality of work that you produce. And so that's important, I would
Mhm.
say. So I had no real reservations, but I understand that things could go, another way. You hear on the news, you sign up for one thing, you show up and it's not what you what you sign up for. But again, I had no reservations working with you. So that's what I wanted. I want that point to be clear is that you choose someone who's got a good reputation,
Mhm.
someone whose work says it all. And to me, that's what made the trip even more exciting. So I had no reservations working with you.
Okay. Okay. Well, thank you.
Mhm.
One of the things that we offer through our travel concierge services is beginning to end help. So, of course, any travel agent can book your airfare, book you a hotel, and send you on your
Exactly.
way. But one thing
Ex
that we pride ourselves on, and the reason why, we're very passionate about travel, and we want that to show through how we serve our customers. So through our travel concierge services, we're not only going to book those things, but we are going to make sure that you have your itinerary set up. So your excursions are going to be set up. When you arrive to the place where you're going, you know day by day and minute by minute, as much or as little detail as you want, what you're going to do. So it takes a lot of the thinking out of the trip. Of course, we put a lot of effort and in communicating with you and making sure that things are how you want it. But when you get there, we don't want you to have to worry about where am I supposed to be? Where's that reservation? What are we going to do today? So all those questions should already be answered. So you can just slide into your vacation and enjoy it. So it's by design that we offer travel concierge services as one of the offerings in our company.
And to your point, you executed that beautifully. So I think I had asked you, "Hey, can you help me with locating places to stow our bags?" So for those who may not have experience in traveling in Europe, there's a big thing with stowing your bags. So it allows you to go to your excursion because, of course, there's a early checkout time.
Mhm.
And so you sent this 3-page, um, information. I mean, it was so professional, so detailed from locations, prices to security. What types do they have cameras? Is it 24/7? And the rating, I was blown away. And it was just a simple ask of, hey, help me locate a place to stow my bag. So it made it that much easier and it made me that much more comfortable.
I'm glad that was one of your high points in working with us. And this is just the quality of service that we desire to provide because we know how it feels to have things go well. And we want to be there to think of all of the questions that you would want to know, or even as
Mhm.
myself, I would want to know all those things that you listed. Those are all the questions that I would have. So we put ourselves in our client's shoes to not only respond to what the ask is, but to go a little bit further to anticipate the question, anticipate your needs so that
Exactly. You
you have
sure
what
did
you're
that.
looking for.
And if you don't mind, I want to use another example, what it is like to work with your company and getting working with someone a repute with a good reputation. So for me, I had asked you to help me secure lodging, secure, places to stay. Our Europe trip, we went to 3 different cities
Mhm.
and we stayed in 3 different locations. And when I tell you the Airbnbs were so luxurious, so beautiful, so comfortable, and I felt safe. And that's very important to me, of course. And I'm sure as it is to probably many of your listeners,
Mhm.
security, right? And
Yep.
feeling safe and being comfortable at the same time. So all 3 locations were, some of the best spots to stay. I remember the driver in Naples, he's like, "Oh, you're going to this city, or this part of town." And I said, "Yeah." He's like, "Oh, that's the really nice." I mean, again, not my words. These were his words.
The company that I use is called Stay Haven. So I like
Mhm.
to say it's one step above Airbnb. And I know you can sift through all of the results in Airbnb to find your level of luxury that you want. But with Stay Haven, that's their minimum. So they do try to have these service apartments where you do have a little bit of luxury. They know and have verified those locations. So with Airbnb, sometimes you can end up in
Right.
the middle of a neighborhood that you don't know anything
And
about
it
and may
doesn't
not be
look like
safe.
what it is
In the
on picture.
pictures,
Not to
exactly.
interrupt your thought, but yes.
No, no, feel free. But yeah, you understand exactly what I'm saying. Their customer service is good. I mean, I think on one of them you had a little bit of feedback. It wasn't awful, but you had feedback when you returned, and I wrote them and told them, I'm say, hey, my client said that these few things were wrong. You might want to think about this.
Mm,
To give the feedback to the owner of that apartment to let them know. And so they were responsive. And as long as I keep giving them business, they know that they're going to want to keep my clients happy. So this entire business, you and I, me and my vendors, it's all about relationship building and
Sure
making
is.
sure that we're all doing the things that
Sure
we need
is.
to do to just live live a life of balance and harmony and have a good time because we work so hard. We don't want to stress and worry about things when we're supposed to be relaxing and having fun.
And I know, many of us, before we purchase anything, what are we doing? We're looking at the reviews.
Yep,
Looking
exactly.
looking to see, what others' thoughts, like you said, to your point, it's all about relationship. I was blown away from working with you and the locations.
Yep, yep. Well, you have tons of resources, so we don't discriminate against any vendors unless they've given me a really hard time, but
Mhm.
but we
Yes,
do have various vendors, including Airbnb and others who have these apartment
of
style
course. Of
options for
course.
lodging.
I
Yeah.
mean, we're just about to plan Martha's Vineyard, and, and we're using an Airbnb, and it was with your thoroughness and your experience, 'cause you
Mhm.
shared with me that you love Martha's Vineyard, so, yeah,
I do.
I think it's no matter who you are, no matter your income, what your passion is, there's something for everybody, but it helped to work with someone like you who, has got a wealth of knowledge and resources.
Yeah, thank you for that. Thank you. I appreciate that. And I appreciate working with you. Are there any last words that you would like to give to the audience about maybe stepping out and traveling internationally for the first time or working with someone to curate a fabulous vacation experience?
I mean, again, to my point, whatever you're into, you'll find it. You'll be able to get it curated. I think for me, the whole concept of buying your time back, and that was, that's what we did. You helped me buy my time back
Mm.
by doing the hours of research, the tons of phone calls, and which allowed me to get other things done in my life. Right? I'm a
Exactly.
busy mom of two, fully employed in different organizations. So I'm being
Mhm.
pulled in so many different ways. So I think you helped me again with the concept of buying back my time while also living up my dreams of travel, right? So I feel like I'm getting the best of both worlds.
Absolutely. And there it is, you know. We do it all so you don't have to. We
Right.
can end on that note.
Right. Exactly. Exactly.
Exactly.
All right. So
Well,
thank
thanks
you
for
for
spending a
having me.
few minutes. Yeah, absolutely. And I appreciate you spending a few minutes with me, taking time out of your busy day. And I look forward to continuing to working with you and your family. And so I
Mhm.
appreciate you all around.
And just your audience knows, I've already booked or planned my entire travel year next year, and you are helping with each of those travels. So thank
Yep, we
you.
got three. We got
We got
three
3 so
that
far.
we are working on.
So I just need to continue to work.
That's right.
All right. Thank
Exactly.
you.
All right.
Thank you
Well,
for
have a
having me.
good one. Yep.
Yes,
Take care.
ma'am. Bye-bye.
Bye.
Thank you for joining me this week. Let's continue the conversation on social media. You can find me at 1 Minute with Monee on all channels, including my Patreon community. Also, don't forget to like, follow, and subscribe to our podcast on your favorite platform. Until next time, be well and be